Ah, ah. Boom!
Guess who steps in the room?
The cow.
Hey, hit you with Michelle and
Hit you with
style.
my time.
Hey, you know what it is, y'all. Savage AF.
Yeah.
Forget your feelings. Facts
Facts
matter.
matter.
We'll be cursing in 4 minutes and 15 seconds.
Yes, we
Until
will.
then, Savage AF. We're the show that gives you politics, hot topics, current events, in an I don't give a fluff kind of style.
And a fluffy, mother fluffy, fluff, flat,
What the
flare.
fluff are you talking
That's
about?
the Cosby. Flarn, flarfling, fling,
Listen,
flarn.
we're just floating around. I'm one of your hosts. My name is
You
Black.
know, the way
I am.
I am.
I wanted to bring it in on a serious note. I tonight will be one of your moderators
Well,
in this semi-serious
I
debate.
I think that Pedro is crazy.
We do semi-comedic debates in veiled in politics. Here's the thing. My name is Black Pedro. This guy to my virtual right, he's not in the room. Look, if I do
Uh,
that, it don't.
it
It
don't
don't.
even look. All right, but yo, this is Shang, and I want to let you know. Thank y'all for subscribing
Hey,
and coming and watching us
mm,
and checking us out for all this time.
yeah.
Savage AF. Now check this out. A lot of
Mhm.
times you wonder to yourself, how can I get access to watch this show? Now there's this thing that if you divert your eyes, it's scrolling. It's scrolling right here, right? You divert and then put
Avert, avert. You mean avert?
avert, not no
Avert your
avert,
gaze.
not divert your eyes because that means you're looking away. I made a mistake.
For all our R&B fans out there, I want you to levert your eyes.
Yes, lavert your eyes right there.
Levert.
Boo, 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 boo.
Celebrate, yeah, yeah.
Dibba-dibba-doo. All right, make sure that you do
Just
that.
enough for the city.
Yeah, it's like, man, I want to shoot you so bad and make my dick hard. Savage AF, yo, check it out. Scroll down there, and when you get there, you could go to the page and do what you got to do by clicking the little bell. Make sure you click the bell. When you click the
Yes.
bell, ding, the ding, the ding, the
Ding
ding, the
ding.
ding, ding.
And that's if you ever miss us live. Because we are typically Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're here for you on YouTube and Facebook
Yes.
live. But if you ever miss us, then yes, go to our YouTube channel. It's scrolling at the bottom, youtube.com/C/SavageAF
You,
World.
you think you're done? You ain't done. You
But
got
also,
thumbs?
like, if you don't, if you don't,
Wait.
no, no,
Wait.
no, 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 no. The
You gonna
thumbs,
go there first?
well, the thumbs are relative to what we about to what I'm
Okay,
about
so
to do,
you gonna
right?
go there first, up
Yeah,
top.
yeah, no, 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 yeah, yeah.
So
So,
you gonna go up top
because
right
I
there.
know, because like up top is YouTube, right? Because
This
that's
is,
what we on.
by
But
the way, this is Lloyd Freeze move. You don't know nothing about that.
hey, watch out now, that cradle.
Okay.
But listen, if you're not, some people get kicked off of YouTube, you know, with their free speech. But Meta is a place where you can do anything, including trying to overthrow the government. So, if you ever miss us on YouTube or you've been
What?
kicked off,
Oh,
you can
Egypt. You're right. Yeah.
yeah, no, no, you can catch us on Meta or the Facebook, the Meta World Pace. You know what it is. Savage A dot F dot. You see it above our heads right
Yes.
there? Savage A dot F dot. If you don't get it, it's above me.
Now,
And when you get to that page,
then
also you want to do,
look at my thumbs. Look at my thumbs.
you know,
Thumbs
like
up.
that shit.
The thumbs up helps.
That's alpaca. Like that shit.
Yeah, you know. And by the way, man, rub the fuzzy wall. Make sure you do that. Make sure you give us a thumbs up. And you know what I'm saying? In 10 seconds, I'll tell you exactly what you can do if you rock with us that way. Also, make sure you check us out on the social media outlets that make comics breathe, or moisten our eyes, and make when we urinate not hurt. Um, yeah,
It's a gallbladder, gall, what do they call it, gallstone, stone bladder stone. There's a
what?
stone,
You mean kidney stones?
kidney stones. There you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
there's
Hey,
no gallstones.
stone gall
There's
something.
gallstones, but there's
Yeah,
it's something.
kidney
You know
stone.
what? It's all of that. And what you
It'll
need to
clear
do
that up.
is what you need to do
Decalcify
is
your penis.
check me out, check him out, check us both out on the gram. Boom. You got to check us out.
Insta
Bam, pow,
at
pow,
comedian
bam,
Shang.
at comedian Shang. And also
Bam. At Black Pedro.
Black Pedro.
There you go. It's
Black
not that
Pedro.
many. It's not that many A's. It's really just one A.
It's just one. I bet
I think you put about 17.
Black Pedro.
It's comedian
There you go.
Shang.
And also on the threads, you got to check us out on threads, the fastest growing app
In the
ever.
world.
Ever.
Hey, but did you also know? I saw that YouTube is the most watched platform on the web.
Yeah. That's why
That's
I
why.
might release
I
my
might be on that.
I'm just saying
Mm.
I had an hour and a half conversation with a comic today that's about directing, and
I might have to engage with that platform.
I mean it might have to be some kind of engagement. It's monster.
By
And
the way,
also,
coming soon to you live, recorded live.
it was recorded live, but
but
it's not actual
streamed to you in
live.
your life.
Right.
Hopefully you'll be live. You'll be alive when it's streaming to you.
If you're alive.
Black Pedro is engaged.
Yeah.
That's the special
Yeah,
coming
it's the
to you
comedy
soon.
special coming to you soon.
Stay tuned.
We will let you know all the information on that, and when we do, you better check it out. Threadrose coming your way. Bop, bop.
Frederick Douglass, you know it,
I
y'all.
call it Threadrose coming your way. Bop, bop.
Spreading that truth, y'all.
If your hair was like that,
I could do that.
I would never let you not.
I could still get close to that. I really could. There'd be a little island in the back, but that's what that spray shit is for.
Yeah,
but I could still get close. Is that a challenge?
No.
Is that my challenge for next year?
No.
Nigga, you want me to Frederick Douglass my shit?
No, don't do that.
Nah, nigga, I already heard it.
I said, no, I didn't.
Nah, nigga, you said I couldn't do it.
First off,
when somebody says I can't do something,
and then he just goes for it. I can't. You know what? He's like an animal. He's like a feral,
nigga,
little.
I'll get that
feral
hairdo.
rabbit. Once he bites on, he just won't let go. He kicks his little feet.
I'll get that hairdo, an ascot, and a horse, nigga, and I will flex in LA, nigga, like
right. If I see you walking down the street on a horse,
no, I won't be walking. Nigga, I'm gonna be on the horse. I'm gonna swag surf on the horse.
Nah.
Nigga, I'm gonna be all the way turned up.
Everybody,
nigga.
if you see him on one.
Well, people don't realize if you see me on one, nigga, I'm already on 3.
Wow.
It just looks like 1 to you. Anyways, man, Savage AF. Oh, we're way past it. There we go. Fuck your feelings. Facts matter. Black Pedro, comedian Shane, guys. Let's get into the show today. This is your daily run up. We're not the type of show that says that like runs things down for you. No, we run up on your ass. All right.
Right.
Fuck your feelings. Facts matter. Black Pedro, comedian Shane. Listen, it's Friday, September 22nd. 2023 in the time-space continuum.
2023, baby.
We're gonna end today's show.
I don't know what voice that was. 2023, baby. Yeah.
That was like pimp,
creepy.
poet, janitor. Yeah. I don't know what.
Kidnapper.
Van driver.
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
You like me to swivel in your love seat, don't you, baby?
Girl. I can make a U-turn anywhere.
Yeah,
you just make something sound nasty.
Yeah,
It ain't even supposed to be nasty. You know I make a right on red, right?
Yeah. You know, you want me to walk you down your corridor.
Hey, let me know if you ever need valet.
Yeah. That's okay. It's just anything.
All right, y'all.
You like broccoli? What? I don't know. Do I
and
like broccoli?
cheddar.
Yeah,
Here's what we're doing, y'all. We're gonna end today's show with a shangri.
yeah,
I'm gonna say it in the creepy voice. F these kids.
yeah.
Which really don't sound right, but we'll get
Don't
to
sound
it.
right.
Stick around to the end. Before we get into that, Black Pedro pop in today. Homecoming King, y'all. Homecoming King. We'll talk about it. But before we get into that, solidarity forever. The Union marches on. The UAW expands its strike. Let's talk about it. And we haven't even talked about the initiation of the strike, but now it's expanded
Right.
since then. So we'll get into it. But before we get into that, another song for you, for you. A milli, 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 a milli. Savage AF, fuck your feelings, facts matter. It's Friday, September 22nd, 2023. We're gonna start off today. Black Pedro, comedian Shang, talking about your boy Mark Milley, head of the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
Also,
Basically,
also one of the Eagles on the Muppets.
yeah, definitely. Or the dudes in the balcony.
Oh man, get off my lawn, you nigger boys!
I could never remember their name, but listen, you
Frederick, I
know,
think, is one of them.
a
Or
fellow alum of mine. He played hockey at Princeton, so he is a gloves off kind of guy. Um, has been basically outside of the president of the United States for the past 6-8 years or so, the leader of the military. And based on recent information released, uh, I think we're realizing that we were one dude away from a coup, potentially. And it's not Mike on the fence Pence, um, but Mark Milley, leading up to January 6th, was already making sure that he was basically fencing the president off from the military,
right,
warning branches and staff members and executives and leaders about odd requests and odd behavior leading up to that date, and he is now publicly stating that he saw, I believe that he used the words deranged and unfit behavior in a presidential in a president. Um, so to have and he's on his way out. They finally named a new Joint Chief of Staff. No thanks to Tommy Tupperville's um,
delay,
blockade and delay.
no,
Yeah,
obstruction.
obstruction. Right.
Tommy Tupperville, who actually is a character from like some Muppet movie. Look out! Here comes Tommy Tupperville. Like one of those. He sounded like one of the trains. That yeah, like here comes
Or
Tommy Tupperville.
it's also like maybe like a failed like DC comic character's name. You know what I mean? Because that they do alliteration. Like all comic is like Peter Parker, Clark Kent. You know what I mean?
Tommy
Like
Tupperville. But
yeah, and
but
he's just like
but Millie, in fact, Millie was talking to other people. I think this guy is a fucking nut.
some bitch. So
Let me
like
get something.
so while publicly he wasn't speaking out, what we know is that behind the scenes he was working diligently to make sure that Trumpty Dumpty didn't have back channel avenues
To the
to,
military.
to Coup Street. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And it makes me wonder and question, what this thing would have looked like. When I
without
say this thing, January 6th, would look like if somebody like what's his name? Uh uh, Michael Flynn,
was in charge
a former general himself, if he was in that place, in
because
that position,
he wanted to call for like
martial law,
martial law. He wanted the military to
See,
any nigga that was wearing uh slacks. He
well, even beyond racial stuff, like they wanted to seize voting machines.
right.
You know,
Oh, that
this is like
totally
some
corrupt.
Russia shit. Oh, by the way, I don't think we gave shout outs to all those in the building today. Maya Baker, Damani Jones, Ev Gatlin. And if you're just watching behind the scenes and not chiming into the comment section, like don't be a voyeur, don't be a
Yeah, don't
peeping
just watch
Tom
and
or Thomasina.
creepy
Don't
people.
go and get in this
Come on, creepy creeperton. Don't
come
just
on,
do it.
get in this comment section, y'all.
But
Let us
I
know what you think. But
but I see some people in the comment section, and what I want to say is Mark Milley felt like he was basically like the lead blocker against some of the in, insane, crazy shit that Trump requested. Now, some of the stuff I've read that he requested was so for like dictator playbook shit, like crazy fucking shit. Like, even when you remember, Pedro, remember when I don't know, I can't remember when it was, where Trump wanted to hold the Bible up and he wanted to make a photo shoot. Uh,
it was during 2020,
yeah, it was right, right
during
around
the
then.
racial protests against the killings of the likes of Ahmaud Arbery and George Floyd specifically. Yeah, you had Black Lives Matters led and organized, and I'm emphasizing organized, but yeah, in DC is one of the places they were, and then Trumpty Dumpty, and guys like Mark Esper, who was Defense Secretary, I believe, and Milley was out there marching with them. I don't think they realized exactly what was about to happen, um, which is kind of the slippery slope
Yeah,
that occurs when you work for a goddamn boss hog.
but
But
he
he
spoke up.
marched out with the military with horses. They dispensed uh, tear gas
Tear
and all
gas,
that shit to
rubber
disperse
bullets,
crowds,
uh,
just so he could stand in front of
uh,
this
and
cathedral
hold
with
the
a
Bible upside down.
upside
Yeah,
down. Yeah.
he held it
The
upside
Bible he
down
can't quote one word from other
because
than the Bible.
that's what Satan would do. But the point is, not only
That's what the band on his shit said.
yeah, yeah,
WWSD.
yeah,
What
you
would
turn it.
Satan do?
Yeah, man. This is the other thing is you got to understand. During that time, Millie spoke out against people shooting rubber bullets into the audience and
A
to the
milli.
and to the protesters.
Yeah.
A lady that
Peaceful protest.
peaceful protesters, and one of the camera people from ABC lost her eye because the rubber bullet hit her directly in the eye. So you got to think this person Millie was speaking out on it, but he also felt like and I seen him check the fuck out of people. He checked Gates to the ground. It was like a verbal body slam. So I do give him props for trying to stand in the way, putting his arms out like, nah, you ain't gonna fuck with this. And because he has so much respect in the military, they would listen to him before they listened to Orange
Yeah.
Cassidy.
Yeah.
Because his whole demeanor is like not to be fucked with.
Well, and this is the scary part because yes, he is okay, so like I said, this guy went to Princeton in the 80s, fucking hockey dude. I'm pretty sure that outside of his role militarily, that he's probably conservative, and on political and socioeconomic issues, you and I, Shang, probably would not agree with this man on much. But he is one of that last bastion of conservatives, and I believe he is that. Hopefully I'm not mislabeling him, and forgive me if I am, but he's a part of a last bastion of conservatives who actually believe in the Constitution. And Mitt Romney recently has gone on record saying that a lot of people in that party, the Republican Party, the GOP, do not believe in the Constitution anymore,
Well,
and
they don't. Yeah.
that in their actions. So, um, but that to me is the scary part. It's just like I don't even know what Mark Milley's holding on to in terms of the Constitution at this point. Thank God he is, and has that level of moral.
Oh
Um,
no, he always has. If you look at some of the speeches he said But when they were saying, he said,
But
"Do
what
you?"
if he didn't? No, I get it that he has
Yeah,
it, but I'm
but
just like,
if he didn't, it would be way worse.
like, what if
But
it, like, what if he just caved
and
all of
he
a
said,
sudden?
I'm in the military. I'm part of the military. I breathe, eat, and shit the military. And to say that we're just a bunch of woke actors, I say bullshit. I call bullshit. In fact, your mother's full of shit. Your whole family's full of shit. You know, Trump, I don't even like the Trump name. I don't even like your
That's
hair.
that's the hockey in him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
it's like,
they
I
throw
will,
the gloves off quick.
yeah, I will
Anybody,
get you against the
where
fucking thing.
I'm gonna date myself, but there were two video games that I first heard talk, and the first one was Double Dribble, and it was a janky ass at this point, but looking back, but it was back then it was revolutionary basketball game, Double Dribble.
Yeah.
But the other one was Blades of Steel. And that's how it sounded when you booted it up on Nintendo Entertainment System after you almost passed out from blowing oxygen into the cartridge just to get it to work. Also had to do a dance 3 times around the living room and then stack another game on top of that. But those are Nintendo issues. But listen, Blades of Steel was a hockey game, and fuck the game. There was always some part where you and the other and your opponent, two players got into it,
And then this
and the
other,
game would break down and you would just be hitting the button real fast, and two dudes fighting.
it
And
would
when
be
I
just,
tell you that Mark Milley is strictly the fighting part of Blades of Steel, that's he's like, what?
yeah,
He'll throw off the gloves quick and just
yeah.
kink,
And,
kink.
and you
He'll
gotta think,
old timey box you, like
yeah,
under knuckle your ass, like kink,
okay.
kink.
Maya says the GOP only supports those portions of the Constitution that align with their perverted agenda. I agree with you on that, but yeah,
And I think that goes for religion as well, Maya. For those conservative Republicans, especially the white ones, uh,
whitey
tend to bend their beliefs around that which serves them best,
and
and not
racism
a-
and
and not that which is actually
Damani Jones.
morally compliant with the Bible.
Damani Jones says he looks like a half past dead John Goodman. I don't appreciate that, man. I think that he definitely looks like a full dead John Goodman.
Hey
There
man,
you go. You should have never said that about look at John Goodman.
shut the fuck up, Donnie. You're
Shut
like a
up.
child.
Shut the
Would you
fuck
like
up, Donnie.
any Big Lebowski fans out there?
They won't know.
No,
All
it's
right, but no, I think that the main thing with Damani, I mean
okay.
Damani. I'm saying the main thing was you, Damani. No, but the main thing I think with Millie is he felt like I would have been out of here, but I need to stop this fucking evil cunt stick, and somebody got to block.
Can't
Yeah,
leave him. Not on my watch.
yeah. I think that that's the only because he would have bounced out. He would have been like, "Yo,
But
fuck this. I'm
but you
out."
know but you know that if like if Flint and yeah, Damani, Big Lebowski, one of the funniest movies ever. But listen, if Trumpty Dumpty, and I don't believe this is possible, but if well, it's possible, but I think the probability is low. But if Trumpty Dumpty gets back into the White House, you're going to see Michael Flynn in Mark Milley's role, and then Michael Flynn has already pledged allegiance to Q with his family in their backyard around a fire
Right.
pit, which is where I believe these kind of white people give their souls away. I don't know what it is about a fire pit, but you get a fire pit, an acoustic guitar, and like
Right.
a harmonica and some Birkenstocks,
And the
and they
song
lose their fucking mind.
and the
And they're
song is
like,
called Ah, Hee, Hee, Ah, Hee, Ah. Okay, listen. Flynn will definitely be back in play, but everybody know Flynn is crazy as a bag of cats. So, but everything will go to shit if Trump gets back in because they already said he will be an active dictator. He will make sure that he puts anybody that goes against what he says. That's journalists. That's Pedro. That's me, you, and he will put them in prison. He is about that life. So I think that the main thing that we have to do because Millie can only do but so much, even though he's basically the firewall between the.
he's on
He's
his way out. He's on his
right,
way out
right.
too.
Yeah, but
But a black man is taking his place. So and he finally got confirmed. But this is Milley on his way out, saying to America and the world that Donald Trump was deranged and unfit, that he had to basically sequester military power away from the White House, leading up to January 5th and Biden's inauguration.
Right.
And this even Nikki Haley now in a soft ass way is starting to speak out, but like, yeah, y'all, like, come on, man.
No, fuck Nikki
Well,
Haley.
of
Yeah,
course, yeah, no, she's a piece of shit. But I'm just
she's
saying,
out of her fucking gourd.
it's late, but at least now she is saying that the bad part about Trump, and you know I know she has a vagina, but I don't know why the rest of them are being so pussy about this, uh,
Yeah.
about just
Well,
calling this dude out and just saying who he
because
is. And
his base is so strong. If you look at what happened
I
to
know that, but like
anybody that went against him, they really got the
they're
business.
not going to win they're not going to win his base away from him at all. And if you're running against him, then you obviously believe that he's not good to be like that he shouldn't be president, right? So Tim Scott, Nikki Haley, all of these Chris Christie, like Chris Christie's doing it. He's talking the shit, but like, and fuck him too. He's a fat bowl of human waste, but at least he's talking the shit. But like Nikki Haley, Tim Scott, like these motherfuckers, even DeSantis, they have to realize like you're not gonna steal the base away from him just by being you.
No,
So
Vivek
and
thinks he
and
can.
Vivek isn't really talking shit against Trump though. He's just being the most Trumpian of
No,
like of the brown people.
he said that I don't. You know how he talks real fast. I don't want to take the place of Trump, but I want to be like Trump 2.0, extra Trump, extra credit Trump, like a Trump that is really extra
By the
credit. He
way,
talks really fast.
by the way, his father is not an American citizen, and at this point is here illegally. And Vivek's mother is a citizen and went through the process legally. His parents came here
Yeah,
legally, but his dad did not complete the process, and his mom did. And he's only a citizen by birthright laws, and the type of laws that any of his success are the things he's fighting against now for anybody else behind him who looks like him. So, you know, a turd crap, coon biscuit, piece of shit ass motherfucker as well. But all of that being said, I was just on the point of in that like none of these cats are going to take the base away from Trumpty Dumpty. That is the base. So
you know.
if you're
Wait a
out
minute.
if you're out there running against him,
Why wouldn't you
then you
shout
up
shit about him?
yeah, then yeah, you obviously know that he's not. You think you're better. So say why you're better. Like talk you got yeah, like you
But
got to
no,
go at
they
the dude.
too. Come on,
It doesn't make
Pedro,
sense. So they're either all running for vice president
or they're too bitch.
or they're bitched out. Yeah,
Yo, listen. This is what the deal is. Anybody that's running against Trump is too bitch to say some shit to him, and you know that. That's why they motherfucker won't say anything because they bitch. They family. I told you they from a long lineage of bitches.
and Chris Christie, I think, just knows he has no chance. So he's doing what it is. He's swinging at it, and probably gonna get the money he can get off of whatever else he get. He'll platform the fuck out of it and pocket what he can. Go to Krispy Kreme when the hot and fresh sign is on. Murder that bitch. Buy it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
If just for
oh,
him
yeah.
too. Not even him and his friends.
Just
They'll
like
be
he
like,
blocked.
"Dad, you read Krispy Kreme?" He's like, "Fuck you, I'm earned
Fuck
this."
you. I earned this. Yeah, I thought you were trying to cut down. Not
Shut the
anymore.
fuck up.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
You know what it's
Out,
like running against Donald Trump? Fuck you.
and he's gonna block the bridges, just like and all the bridges that lead
I
to all
feel
the
like
buffets.
yeah, I know. I feel like he goes to Krispy Kreme and then like to like Fat Burger and just orders a burger and cheese and then puts it between two donuts.
You know
And he's
what?
like,
Come on, man.
he's a donut burger ass nigga, dog. Like
Yeah, but no, it's just that.
this
eh,
nigga would eat a waffle salad biscuit sandwich burrito
But check this
with
out.
fries inside.
You know what? Let's
chili
be real
cheese.
with you. All you people that try to act like Trump is so much more healthy than Biden, that motherfucker is a big boy. I
No,
mean,
Trump is healthy. No, no, nobody believes Trump is healthier than Biden.
no, because of this, because he's older, because Biden's older. But the bottom line is Trump,
Mental shit, yeah,
mental,
maybe,
yeah,
but
mental,
physically, shit.
cognitive.
Even
But
even the bike fall and all. I listen. Biden had Trump getting off of a bicycle. I'd like to see. No, Biden had trouble getting off of a bicycle. I'd like to see Trump get on
get
one
on a bicycle. Not gonna happen.
and move it, like make it move, like pedal, like
No,
actually pedal a bicycle.
it'll
I,
never
I would
happen.
love that. First of all, the seat is going to get eaten by his humongous McDonald's ass. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't no seat that's holding that chunky butt. So yeah,
Uh,
it's
I think that,
he
like,
can't even do half that shit.
we're gonna. Oh, my bad. That's for later.
Okay. Hey,
But no, I think that Milley, honestly, let's be real
I'm
with
really
you. I think that part of it was I'm staying around, try to prevent this motherfucker from doing more damage.
yeah.
And then part of it now, he's like Danny Glover. I'm too old for this shit.
I'm getting too old for it. Yeah,
And,
no, he like I said, he's on his way out.
I think he's at that point now. It's like fuck it, let it burn, let it.
But while he's in place, I think he made covert military moves to secure America's democracy from his standpoint, which is to say, he made sure that the military wasn't going to be used in a political coup plot. And for that, as basic and minimum as it really is, it's like, oh, you did your job,
Right,
cool.
I give him
But
props though.
it was
I do give him
important.
props,
It's an important thing to do.
and he did talk that shit when he was in front of Congress and they were trying to grill him. He talked that shit, and he does talk that shit. He does say "fuck you." That's bullshit. He does call the GOP out consistently, and he's a conservative. Like, he's conservative as fuck, but he still knows when crazy is crazy. You can smell crazy. You can smell crazy all over him.
They
Miss Parr says, just curious, why isn't Donald Trump Jr. campaigning for dear old dad? He is so quiet. Um, I'm sorry to tell you, he has been campaigning. There's a few ads online, and he has been saying my dad is the best, and Biden's an old coup, cuckoo or whatever the fuck.
coot.
Coot. Yeah, there was a word I was looking
Crazy cooter. All right, here's the thing, Miss Empire. Also, it's getting harder for people to step out and just be gung ho for Donald Trump, right? Like the pillow guy done lost all all the stuffing out the pillows, man. Like like the motherfuckers who have steadfast stayed with Trumpy Dumpty are losing. Um, Ivanka, if I were you, I would ask why Ivanka isn't out there speaking for her dad, because her and her crooked ass vampire husband, oh
Yeah,
Twilight Diamond Skin in the Sunshine vampire,
Sparkle Spud.
they
That's his.
got their 2 billion from the
And
Saudis for
dipped.
doing shady shit and have dipped.
But
And
they
and
are
and
going to investigate them. I did see that. I think they are going to investigate him because that motherfucker. He said if you want to go after Hunter, which Hunter's corrupt too. I mean, Hunter's a piece of shit too. He's a drug addict and caught with a gun and all
he's a
kind of shit.
crackhead, man.
He's a crackhead. He's like, hey man,
He's a white crackhead. You know how hard you have to work to be a
to be
white
a
crackhead? A
yeah,
black crackhead that the government basically airdropped crack into the hood, right?
yeah,
But to be a white crackhead, like you have to ride some turnpike to Baltimore and you probably have to cross a couple of state lines just to,
yeah.
gas money alone.
You
It's
got to
like,
have a friend called Sticky. I mean,
yeah, yeah. Just know some guy named Lefty or some shit.
yeah. So I mean, the bottom line is they're going to go after Vampire Boy, and what's her name again? Well, Ivanka. Yeah, her face doesn't really change expressions. Trump. I'm like, they're both porcelain cats. I just feel like the end of the day, without people like Milley, without people that are conservatives, and most of the motherfuckers that's going against Trump, if you think that are testifying against Trump, that are judges against Trump, that are one of the prosecutors, they're Republicans. They're conservative Republicans that are tired of this shit.
A lot of
And
the judges were
the
appointed by
judges were
Trump that are
Republicans.
judging
But
against him.
guess what, people? And I won't owe you shit. It still ain't gonna matter. He's
All right,
still gonna win. Oh, don't you
see,
start with
here
that
we
shit.
go.
He's still gonna win the nomination by far. He's 50 points ahead. Nobody's catching this motherfucker. And he's not even debating. He said, fuck a debate. I ain't even coming to the debate. Y'all fight among yourselves. And he's if Biden, if ageism is real, because it is real, Biden loses, Trump's president. So everybody in the feed, I hate to break it to you, Trump could be president, especially with the pussy ass Democrats. You know these Democrats, you little softy motherfuckers,
Mhm.
you little pieces of cracker soaked in
Come on,
water.
Shane. Be nice, dog. Be nice.
Come on, man, they bitches.
Come on,
Speak
dog.
out, speak harder, go harder go harder to paint. Go hard or go home, man. You got to be Jordan when he had you had the flu and they tossed in the
Nobody,
ball and the motherfucker still was throwing up 40,
nobody,
45.
nobody wants to be called they bitches, man. Come on,
Man,
man.
but well, okay, not they bitches. What's a gaggle of bitches?
I think it's called a bitchdom.
That's that's what the Democrats are because there's a few of them. Like there's a few of them that talk that shit that'll go up to people's face and go, "You're a pussy,"
Mm,
and I wish you would throw hands with me. But other than that,
hey,
none of them. You know, I mean, a
right.
lot of them we go high, they go low, and we're always trying to be um have what is that thing? Oh, integrity. Fuck all that. It's time to
Mhm.
play dirty. And every time you say Trump's name, you should say twice impeached, four times indicted, ex-president. When they address him, it should not be Mr. President.
91 counts.
You
All
shouldn't be
right,
Mr. President. It should be ex-president.
Mr. Indicted.
Yeah.
All right, man. So we're gonna keep it moving, y'all. But we'll obviously keep our eyes on all of this. Savages, fucking feelings, facts matter.
Oh man, Trudeau's leaving his wife. Maybe I got a shot at that bitch. Okay.
That's Ivanka. She want that. She
Yeah.
want Trudeau. All right, man. So and actually, this still relates to your boy Trumpty Dumpty because instead of participating in the next the second
Second debate
Republican primary debate, he's going to be speaking in Michigan to a group of
of all places.
UAW workers, union workers, as if his policies during his term weren't directed at and meant to dismantle
The
union
unions.
power. But solidarity forever. The union marches on.
Them,
So for the first time in my life, the union I'm in and the union my mother's in are both on strike at the same damn time. But the UAW, as of last week, went on strike in 3 places:
in
Michigan,
fact, that's
Ohio.
Pedro right there.
That
That's
was at the
Pedro.
back of my head. Uh, the UAW went on strike at specific plants across all 3 automakers. Which through all of this, I realized that Chrysler doesn't exist anymore. That company is now called Stellantis. So it's GM, Ford, and Stellantis, which sounds like
Which sounds
a bad Matthew McConaughey movie about space travel or whatever. Interstellar, Stellantis, Stellantis, Interstellar. I don't know what this is, but either way, all right.
all right, all right, all right. We're gonna make some
Right.
cars. What do you mean we're on strike?
So here's the thing, man. Missouri, Ohio, and Michigan were the first 3 states that this occurred in across all 3 automakers. Um, or actually, I think Ford might be left out of it because according to the union, they believe that Ford is operating in good faith. Um, but this expansion to now 20 states, including California, where we live, means that the UAW is obviously no closer to an agreement with the big 3. I don't think this expansion includes Ford, though, because, like I said, the union believes they're negotiating in good faith, which means, like, what's up with you, Stellantis and GM? But as a kid who grew up in a Detroit household. You see it right
A
here.
union. It's a union
In a
town.
union household, my mother
Right. It's a
is a
union
UAW
town.
member. She built Cadillacs. I've been on picket lines since I was a small child. The sign back when the signs were like as tall as me. I was carrying those. But we are here. We're in a place where the WGA, the Screen Actors Guild, the
Writers.
United Auto Workers. Yeah, I said WGA.
No,
The
WGA.
the the
Actors.
the, the auto work, yeah, I said SAG, and the UAW, and as well as like Amazon workers, warehouse employees, and things like that are all on strike. I think the elite, the rich, the 1%, the wealthy, the 0.01111% or whatever the percent is, like, you got to wake up, bro. Like, this is what happened in Europe. Is revolutions were sparked because you made too many people too poor. The monarchs tried to keep
Well, I
all
just
of the wealth, and Marie Antoinette got her head chopped off
okay,
in the middle of
but
the town square.
but
And I'm not saying
Pedro,
do that.
it was because she was ugly. Let's be real. Uh,
I heard she had a flat ass. You know what I'm
and
saying?
they were like, and they
Okay in the
listen,
face. Okay in the
enough,
face,
enough. But okay, Maya
but
Baker
Lady
says,
Bony Butt, nobody
yeah,
wanted that.
Lady Boney Butt, which by the way is a really really good vodka. We have
Trust me,
two
I know.
strikes going on right now. The GOP, Maya Baker says, and the GOP about to shut, which they've done 3 times. We're about to shut the government down because they're petty little bitches. Buckle up because it's going to be a bumpy ride. The problem with the UAW, striking,
Raw.
it's going to fuck up the economy even more, for which is going to make Biden seem weak because it's the economy, stupid. Even though it might not be his fault, that this is going to be bad and good. It's going to be
Yeah.
good for the union workers to
Well,
get, but it's going to be bad for the country.
well, this is where politics come into play. Because the GOP is obviously already on, like, Tim Scott is like taking the hard Reagan route. He's like, if you don't show up for your job, then you're fired. And that was Reagan's attitude towards the union. And Tim Scott has leaned into that. Nikki Haley, I don't think she's gone as far, but pretty much in the same
He's
space.
in the same
And
place.
we know
No,
that the GOP is just anti-union, right? And Biden has leaned in heavy union. And the thing about the union is, man, there's a bunch of racist ass crackers, a bunch of cool ass white folks, a bunch of hardworking black people and Mexicans, and all of them can end up spanning different political spaces, right? But the reality is they all understand union wise that anybody who is pro them is pro wages, healthcare, long
right.
term benefits, which will be, man, listen, my mother couldn't have sent myself or my sister to two very expensive schools by herself without union wages. Like, we always had dental, healthcare, all of that
But
shit.
Pedro,
None of that was a problem.
young man, young sir, let me tell you something.
Who you calling young?
Okay, look here, young sir.
Who behind me? Who back there?
Um, I know that you can say that, but the CEOs and the fat cats and are they literally, no matter what, will not come to the table with
Well,
anything
no, I'm not.
fair.
And listen,
They're not coming to the
Shank,
anything.
I'm an empath, man. Listen, as a child
Hey
in
man, I
a,
didn't know that was your sexual preference.
no, no, I'm a, watch out.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh,
No, no,
empath. Oh, okay.
I'm an empath,
Woo!
man. So I can empathize with billionaires. Listen, when my mother, as a mechanic for Cadillac, was just trying to pay for the helicopter that me and my sister took to middle school every day,
Right.
and the yacht that we used to get to high school. I mean, that's all she was trying to do is maintain. Do you know what it's like? Like, because it's the Great Lakes state, right? So, like, you can't keep your boat on the water or your yacht on the water, like, in the winter. So storage fees are high. My mother's single mom mechanic. is just trying to maintain, listen, 7 properties. Okay. A minimal lifestyle we had, right?
Okay, how many bathrooms though? That's what I'm saying.
We summered on the west side, I I don't know. Sometimes we got over to Canada on some international shit. But she was really just trying to maintain a certain lifestyle. And so I can empathize with billionaires who are struggling to maintain, you
Well,
know, 10 properties,
it's hard.
multiple yachts.
Yeah, it's
And
hard.
when it's more than one yacht, you pronounce that
Yes.
it's yachts.
But
So
I agree with you. It's
it's
hard to figure
tough
out
times. I
which
get it.
Rolls Royce you want to take to the grocery store.
Because none of them have gas in them
I
anymore,
know,
right?
man.
Because your private reserve station that you own is like only at 75%.
Right.
And
And all those kids that slave away and make all of this stuff.
the
You can't even go.
slaves.
Yeah,
Why you even
you
bring them
can't
up,
go
Shang?
visit them
Yeah, it's
and
and
throw them candy. They like the little candy corns. You throw the candy to 'em.
how do you give your slaves their little annual party thing?
What's up, Treehead?
It's a lot. So
It's a lot. I know coming up in my very meager 72 bathroom mansion,
it's hard.
it was,
It's
I mean,
hard.
I couldn't walk 2 feet without, I had to walk 2 feet to go to an extra
Who
bathroom.
flushes all those toilets,
I
Shang?
Man, it was
I
rough.
mean, the amount of what do you call them? The scrubbing bubbles wipes that you need,
I mean, it was hard.
candles, hand
And
towels.
one time, one of my maids was thirsty and
Yeah.
actually asked me for water. What the fuck is wrong with these people?
So like, yeah, we often found treating our knuckles was an important part of the routine because all of the backhanding we had to do to the staff, it eventually
Yeah,
wears
it wears on you.
on
Look
your
at my
bones.
count. I look at the calluses I have. Look at
Yeah,
them.
my
Crazy.
that and choking is hard on the choker as much as the chokey, and people don't realize that. Maya Baker says unions built the middle class of this country. You sound like a communist. That's how the economy grew, how families were able to buy homes. Reaganomics and continued GOP hatred for fairness and equality destroyed that group. Well, Maya, it was nice knowing you. Pretty sure the CIA is on to you by now.
Right. You hear that noise outside your window? That's a
Uh,
drone.
but you know, capitalism can only really truly survive with a strong middle class. This
No.
this sequestering of funds, this um
Hoarding.
hoarding, yeah, that's a great word. This hoarding of funds
Hoard.
straight up to the top is how Europe failed as its original construct
But wait a minute.
and became a
Hold up.
social democracy
Pedro.
across the board pretty much.
Pedro, how the fuck did you come to such a wrong conclusion?
Hmm?
You're totally
Her-
wrong. When you give all the rich people even more riches, it trickles down. Everybody knows that. Rich people, once they get super rich, their first motivation and what they feel in their heart is to help the middle class and the poor. If I'm
Tr-
a if I'm a trillionaire, the first thing when I wake up in the morning is how can I help?
who can I feed today
Who can I
that
feed
I
today?
don't know, that doesn't look like me, that
Right.
doesn't even live in my country,
I don't
who I've
know. I'm gonna apologize for Pedro people.
I'm
Apparently he's missed the
saying,
point.
I'm
It's
just
called the trickle
you know
down. Look at that. Look at
I
that.
know I'm listen, I am a fool. I'm one of those people that when your economic strategy, trickle down economics, starts with the word trick, I
That's
focus on
pretty
that.
much it. You focus
I
on
get
trick.
caught. I'm like, oh, it sounds like a trick. But you're
I
right, Shane.
I don't
It's worked so
understand.
Reaganomics has worked so well for this country.
It's what works, and that's what they think's gonna
How
work
else do you
now.
think I got into college?
Yeah.
Grades?
I feel sad with what you said. I feel I should be purged.
I
I should
should
be
be beaten.
flogged.
My
I should be
sweet brother
beaten.
Numsi.
I feel
Maya Baker does add on. She says, and we are seeing the impact of the destruction of the middle class on the
well, the
economy
middle
right
class,
now.
the middle class deserve their ass kicked. Of course, of course. Listen, the bottom line is we know what
Wanting
the
rights and
UAA, yeah,
health.
the OPP and the UOA. Uh, I don't know
Who?
if they're striking, but
The what?
It's
The,
OPP. No, no,
oh,
naughty by nature.
I
I
was
don't.
like, wait, who's
Wait a
striking?
minute. Naughty by nature is not striking. But the bottom line is what they're going. If they aren't coming to the table now, just like you look at the CEOs, like where the head of Disney said, "We'll just bleed them out. We'll wait until their mortgages and their houses are
And
gone,
then we'll buy the houses
and
and then
then
use them as lots for AI to act on, and they'll never fucking get another dime in this
not a
town
dime."
again.
So it's the same mentality
Where's my omelet?
with the what is it, the car CEO. Um, you know, I okay. Let me put it this way: if they are still this hard in the paint with the way they're not coming to the table, what can the UAW? What can they possibly?
Historically, what's happened
What
is
can they do?
if the shit goes too long, they try and bring in scab workers. The scab workers get hit in the head with
Bricks and bottles
baseball
and
bats. Something gets set on fire.
hey, shut up, Gab.
Riots, yeah, riots start, and it's just a fight.
Where you
So
going, Scab?
yeah, no, it's that. That's all. Like
That's why.
it's gonna be a dog if they try and bring in scab actors on SAG, nigga. We gonna have to go out there and listen, Shang. Admittedly, our show is Savage AF, right? We're two angry black men. So if my union is like, we gotta go fight for our jobs, I'm like, cool.
Cool. I've been waiting. Yeah, I've been waiting for
Yeah.
you guys to say that for a while.
Ah,
Listen, the bottom line is the CEOs of all these big. What's the name of the new name of that? Salacious? Isn't that the name of the company? Salacious.
Salantis.
Well,
Stellantis.
I'm gonna call it Salacious.
Bro,
Uh,
it sounds like the most cybercore
yeah.
Skynet company. I'm like, listen, the robots are
Where
coming.
are all the children? Salacious.
Stellantis.
Stellantis.
Stellantis has them.
But I just really do think they're not going to step up to the plate. They feel like they can bleed them out because they're so rich and so powerful that they can
So
do it.
much.
Why are they still out there marching? If you look at not only in Michigan, Detroit, and a lot of the times with the three top car dealers, I mean car manufacturers, how long can they hold out for this shit before your
Well,
kid needs braces, man?
the UAW, what when the union sticks together, when workers stick together, what we have shown in the past is that you can break these companies.
No.
Listen, unbeknownst to me until very recent years, as much work as my mother did in the UAW and all of that, I found out that my father, my biological father, was a part of a group of about 5 or 6 black men who shut down Chrysler, now known as Stellantis, globally for a week, right? Like they shut the whole company down just by shutting down one Detroit plant. Um, so that we know there's a global chain, a global supply chain, and if you break a link in a chain, it is no
Wow.
longer linked, right? It don't
Yeah,
chain no more. So
but you know what? Just like the actors, like Bill Maher is crossing over and scabbing it up and gonna shoot. And what's the other lady with the lisp who got a talk show? Um,
I knew Bill Maher was doing it, and I'm glad I stopped fucking with him a while ago.
yeah, he's an asshole.
He's a bitch.
And then forget the other lady with the lisp. We got a funny lisp. She got a talk show. I don't know why you give a motherfucker with a lisp a talk show. That's
I mean, somebody's got to laugh.
yeah.
It
I mean,
writes itself.
yeah. I mean,
Uh,
I can't remember her
man,
name.
who you talking about? What she
Somebody
look
in the
like? Black,
trees,
white?
white, blonde hair, looks like she's got Down syndrome.
Nah. Oh no. Wait. Who are you talking about?
Yeah.
Not Samantha Bee.
No, it's a white lady, blonde hair. Samantha Bee is not white. Yeah, she
Samantha
is
Bee
white.
is white. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking of the little Indian
You're
girl
not
who.
talking about. You can't be talking about.
Hold on.
Oh, Drew Barrymore. Drew Barrymore. That's who he's talking about. Maya Baker. Drew Barrymore decided not to return after the intense backlash. Okay. Okay. Stupid. He was talking about Drew. I couldn't figure out which blonde chick is like. That's Firestarter and goddamn Charlie's Angels, the movie franchise, not the original show. Shout out to Farrah Fawcett, who died the same day as Michael Jackson, and will never get the recognition of dying that day again. Do y'all remember that? Do y'all remember that shit? Like that day started out as like Farrah Fawcett is dead. And then like it's probably like Farrah's mama or some shit was on. And they were like, this just in, shut up. Michael Jackson is dead. And nigga, we have not talked about Farrah Fawcett since. All
Motherfuckers
right.
just
So
left
wait.
the shit on the door.
All right. So sorry, you were talking about Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
Who Maya Baker pointed out.
See, says
But apparently she's not going to come back after the intense backlash.
you know why? Because he's off filming something.
And then that got me into a space of I was like, Shang should have said Firestarter or Charlie's Angels. And I was like, oh, not the original Charlie's Angels.
But
because that's Farrah Fawcett. And then I was like, oh, do y'all remember Farrah Fawcett died the same day as Michael Jackson? Do you remember that?
Nobody did. No, I
yeah, that's what I'm saying. The day Michael Jackson died, that day started off with Farrah Fawcett, blah, 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 Hollywood icon, dead at whatever age. And then they probably had Farrah Fawcett's mama on there. She was like, she was such a, and they were like, yeah, bitch, shut up. Breaking news. Michael Jackson is dead. And
MJ is gone.
And Farrah just never got her flowers.
All right, but listen.
Yeah, you'll get flowers on Michael Day. All right, so speaking of flowers, though, we'll move on because we're a little bit past it. But
we're past it.
Savage A, fuck your feelings, facts matter. The union marches on, and there are so many unions on strike right now. I encourage everybody, if you're in the union or not, or striving to be in one of these unions, then solidarity forever. I have seen it work. I know it does. I've also seen it not work because motherfuckers don't stay united. But please work together. And union employee, like there are all these things. As a community, we can feed each other. We can house each other until we get through this. So let's continue to work together. All right, Shane, we got to move on, dog. We gotta do something.
Yeah.
We got to keep it pushing.
Yeah.
And as we do, it's my turn to burn, and I'm gonna give it to y'all a little song. Like, yeah, right.
Hey, this your boy Black Pedro, popping in, hey, with another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'.
It's your boy Black Pedro with another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'. So first of all, I put on a little swag today. Detroit hustles harder. That's because I'm gonna get through this weekend in LA. But Monday night, man, your homecoming king is back. Yeah, you see me right here. You see it? You see? Oh shit! Okay, that's it. That's me.
You?
That's me, dog. Homecoming, 1994, Detroit, Michigan.
You were so ugly. Jesus.
Come on, my nigga. You're terrible at this shit.
Yeah, no, I'm kidding.
Horrible at looking at my face. But
you look. That doesn't
Detroit,
even look like you.
Come on, what you mean, dog? I haven't changed a bit. Oh wait, you want me to go to pay?
You don't. That don't look like you. You look like you sung in an R&B group.
Did you? I tried. I just couldn't sing. Look, you saying this ain't me, dog? Hold on. Let me see. Right here. You see that?
Yeah, that don't look like you.
Come on, man. That's your boy right there. Detroit. Like yeah. Detroit. I'm coming back. I look the same. Just the hairline's different. But yeah, man. So amped. On Monday evening, I'm flying back to Detroit. I'll be there for most of the week.
Like a week and change.
Yeah. Tuesday through Saturday. But so looking forward to my return of the Mac. Listen, guys, that was my high school yearbook, by the way. Listen, guys,
I can't believe you still got your high school yearbook.
Why wouldn't I? It's I'm a legend there. It's like right the only thing I can use to prove that I was a valuable person.
With my high school yearbook,
y'all had pamphlets back then.
Yeah,
you tap it. It's hard to carry around the stones.
They're like, yeah. There was a guy.
Yeah, we're still working on it.
There was a guy with a bell, ding, ding. Pablets for everyone. No, I mean, but no, I looked like I definitely had killed somebody because my picture was me like this. I
You
I don't know what I was
stugged out.
thinking. I
You
stuck out.
stugged out.
Yeah, and I
Um,
had a mustache then and a thing, and I'm talking about in like middle school. I looked like I was like, who's this old nigga here in the school? Like, man, I go here, man.
bro, look. I was all in the yearbook, dude. That's me, and that's me. We were class couple right here.
Where's she at now?
She's still in the D. Shout out to Keisha Patterson. I know you, girl. Let's go.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it was a good old time. I started this thing. I used to do this back then. They can't even get at me for cross dressing. I did it back then, dog. I was the first football player. So me and the girl I just showed you, Takesha, we were she was a Pomerette and I was a football player. And Halloween our senior year, we were supposed to swap
Yeah. Wow.
uniforms. Yeah. And yeah, I got a lot of laughs for that. And that's one of the areas where I realized, oh, I'm funny. I forgot to take my uniform home and wash it, and it was way too funky for her to wear that day. So I just ended up cross dressing by myself, and my
Yeah.
girlfriend didn't.
You know what, Pedro? It happens.
It's all
Um.
good though.
Oh, you got the face just now.
WDMA, it's all good. Dog. I was 17 years old, nigga. We was joking. Everybody shut the what up. See,
So back to
I'm gonna find
back to the
so
D.
I'm going back to the D, baby. I can't wait. So looking forward to it. Let me show y'all some more. Who else is it? I got some more for y'all. Wait, hold on one time.
Hold up,
Um,
hold up, hold up, hold up.
that's our class couple picture. Where is it? Shit. You see it right here?
That's you right there.
You see here. All right. And then
Why are you looking sad in all of them?
nigga, it was the 90s. You had to be hard, nigga.
Like you're not smiling. Like, hey, I'm with a
Nigga,
hot
you
woman.
had to be hard,
Every picture, the
nigga.
picture you standing there like this, I'm like, dude, who?
Niggas had to be
Yeah, but
real.
yo, who hurt you? What?
We was supposed to be one more.
Hey, who hurt you, man?
Nigga, y'all don't even understand the kind of school I went. Y'all really don't understand it.
He
Look,
was all through this shit.
come on, man. That's Marlo Isley right there. Her brother, one of the greatest basketball players. Her brother was John Stockton's backup point guard in Utah. Shut up,
Damn.
stupid. Yeah, all y'all niggas, shut up. Anyways, I'm Detroit. I'm coming back, baby. We gonna hustle hard next week. I got
Well,
my
I see
shout out.
going in
Shout out to
on
my
you.
little
Look,
my little cousin Heather. Love you so much, girl. She getting married. We're gonna have so much fun, and hopefully I don't fuck your wedding up. She said on top of your story of you doing play a famous trans person.
what?
Listen, I'm gonna need you to spell check that WDMA, but whatever, man.
No,
It
it's
was
just the
it
way
was
I
it
was.
was, it was for a day.
Every
I've been
time
a,
you,
I've
if
been a
you,
pimp for a day. I was trans for a day. Whatever, dog. Everybody looks trans when they born. Nobody can tell a baby girl or a baby boy apart unless you lift up the diaper. Okay, everybody
wow.
looks like a fucking thing when they're that's just how it is, man. Savage AF, man. Detroit, I'm coming back next week. I'll be there Tuesday morning.
Well, make sure that you go and have as much fun as possible. Say what's up to your people. Also, hit some of those clubs. See what they're about.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm definitely gonna hit up the comedy clubs while I'm there. My cousin's house. A few niggas owe me money. I got to knock on them doors. So yeah, we gonna figure it all out. I'm gonna be outside my middle school, like let me in.
Yeah,
Make sure my high school still know me. It's all good. I'm just gonna show up with the yearbook. Be like, hey, yeah, in case you didn't hear, I'm back.
yeah. I think that that's crazy. The way you look now and the way you look then. Yeah, you definitely.
Some people are like, you look the same, and then some. And then, but it's
No,
like
not
for
at
me,
all.
it's really, I think I do. It's really the hairline, bro.
No,
And I got more beard now. But
no.
if I chop my shit like that,
Yeah, you don't. You look.
I could still get that, dog.
No, what's up?
Shang, I don't need you to kill the dream.
No, no. What? Yes, I'm lying.
Yeah, we live.
He's just going, you live, you live. No,
Nigga,
but
we ain't dead. Shit. See, that's these kids, man.
you
They
know
just be
what?
trying to check to make sure you
Let me tell you
alive.
something. What could be dead if y'all don't end up following us, and you see the scrolling down there. A lot of y'all can come up missing. You understand me,
Don't end
baby?
up on that milk carton.
Don't ever block the blessings, man. Make sure you do what you gotta do and subscribe to the motherfucking channel.
Hey,
Listen, this is what y'all gonna do. And when
Shane,
you
get us
get
up
this,
out of here, man.
yeah, subscribe to the channel. You see the motherfuckers scrolling down there. If you don't fucking do that shit, I swear to God, man, I'm gonna take you outside and I'm gonna stomp your mouth. I'm gonna stomp your mouth.
I don't even think that's
And
legal.
that's I'm saying stomp your mouth. So
You're not supposed
subscribe
to
to the
do that.
channel. You see it, and when you get there, use your fingers and motherfuckers click the bell. Ain't it? You think it's done? It ain't done. When you go follow us on the motherfucking thing at Black Pedro and at
Hey,
Comedian Shang and
hey,
at Black Pedro and Comedian Shang on
hey.
threads and and use your thumbs and give us a thumbs up. Mouth.
Smooth going down every
All
time.
right. So yeah, make sure you do that. Wow. Why he is or she? Is it she or he? My bad. Um, you've got to tell your story. You said that.
Yeah. Okay. See, he says you forgot your story. You said on SAF, you played a famous trans person in the play where you said you first put on a dress. Okay, so technically in that I didn't put on a dress. It was like hot pants and stilettos, but it was the Colored Museum. It's a famous black play that is like a series of vignettes that are meant to parody or highlight black stereotypes and how we deal with them, right? Um and yeah, Miss Raj is a sort of famous player. Man, I'm blanking on the playwright's name. It's super famous, George. Sorry, I'm gonna Google it now. But yeah, okay. So WDMA, I did that. You're right, but that was college. So high school was the precursor when I put on the Pomerette uniform. But I ain't ashamed of none of it, dog. Because
Hey man. Hey.
the reality is, all my bitches love me. You know what I'm saying? I just ain't got no bitches right now.
But they were there.
But when I get them, they gonna
Yeah.
love me again.
Yeah. So, but
It's okay.
and a
Hold on.
lot of them give Pedro thumbs up. Give us.
George C. Wolfe. Sorry.
Yes.
That I was like George George C. Wolfe. That's the playwright. But yeah, the Colored Museum is it's a famous
Yes.
black Broadway
And you know
production.
what else is infamous? The way this world is
I
treating.
didn't do it on Broadway though.
He didn't do it on Broadway, but
I did it at Theater on
but
Chain.
he but there was the word broad involved.
Yo, I played abroad one time. The fuck?
Hey,
And
don't make
now
me. It
it's
don't mean I won't fuck your
14.
mother.
It's like, don't try and get in my fucking
Okay,
skirt.
don't mean I won't put one in your mother. Thumb right in her butt. So
Where
don't
she
get
like
it
that.
twisted. No, I just want to say that America's hypocrisy has hit me again with the bullshit of the right, and I want to just let y'all know how I feel about it, and that's what we're going to do. God damn it, right now. Bullet. Listen, um, women, you better fucking get out and vote because
Women,
women,
dames.
you women out there, get out and vote. This is a cartoon I saw that I think made all the sense in the world. They say the right wing and the people that are pro life say life is sacred. We must protect it. If you can't afford it, and then you see that these two people are homeless. If you can't afford a child, you shouldn't have had it. Well, you're trying to make me have it, you motherfucker. You're trying to make it. And that's why I'm telling all you women out there, know that the Republicans, it is not the Democrats, it is the Republicans that want to take your rights away for your pussy. They want to take your pussy like rights away. They want to take your rights away for you to do what you want to do with your body. My body, my choice. But in their attitude is your body, our choice. Shut the fuck up and live in poverty. That is what's happening. We've been dealing with this shit since the 60s, and we're dealing with this shit in 2023.
And you mean the 1760s, right?
17.
The 1660s.
Yeah, well, it's been a long time.
It's been a while.
It's been a long time. Right now, they are trying to
every
make it
60s that have ever occurred.
always, if it's been the 60s, the rolling 60s had to deal with it. Hey, cuz, what's up with that abortion right, Bill? Hey, cuz, first off, cuz. First off, cuz.
That ain't even my bitch.
I man, my AK, my choice. But I'm just saying, the bottom line is right now, don't get it twisted. Quietly and slowly, oh, so slowly, they are trying to make sure that abortion is illegal across the fucking board. There has been 2 more things that have just happened in South Dakota and Montana where they are flat out trying to make it absolutely unilateral. So you women out there, know when you go to vote, which side is the one pushing this. It is not the Democrats. I heard some people say it's both sides. No, it's fucking not. Stop that false equivalency of some Democrats compared to the majority of Republicans that want you to be able to not have an abortion. And if you do go to another fucking city or another state and have it, you can be arrested for murder. Yeah, look it up if you think I'm fucking lying. Did you know that, Pedro? That is a fact. They are also having people where they pay you $10,000 to snitch on somebody that had an abortion. So all you motherfucking women out there that don't understand how heavy it is pertaining to the Republicans want to take away your rights, that is happening right the fuck now. So if you don't fucking pay attention, you're going to lose out on something that is, again, your body, that's your choice. I'm a dude, and I think you should have a say. But end of the day, that I may have visited Coochieville, but I shouldn't be controlling Coochieville. I can't be the mayor.
Can't be the mayor.
Can't be the mayor. Can't be the mayor. So I just feel like make sure you pay attention. This is happening right now. It's been flying low because there's all this other shit going on. But Pedro, it is happening, and they are really pushing.
I don't even think it's flying that low, bro. I think it's.
It is no, but I mean, compared to all the other shit going on, that's it. It's in the news.
It's going to be the thing that derails the GOP in the 2024 election cycle. It's going to be vagine. Speaking of vagine, a WDMA warrior says, when Black women start standing up for Black men, I will care about their rights. And I don't even think this was quite the topic, but man, how you feel about that, Shane? Because I honestly, I feel like Black women stand up for Black men a lot. I really do.
I just want to say,
and you know me, I don't like to speak in these broad. I don't like to speak in broad strokes like this. Like Black men do this and Black women do that, or white people do this and white people. It's like
women in general. End of the day, when it comes to an abortion, you have the final say. You have the final say.
Yeah.
Women in general.
Yeah.
Not Black women, white women.
Should. Yeah.
Women in general. Like, even if I say I don't want that baby, I don't want you to have the fucking baby. You can be like, fuck you, I'm gonna have the baby.
Because like when I see WDMA say this, man, and respect to you,
I mean, I agree to a point.
And see, I don't, because like
I agree.
When we see Black men getting killed unarmed, they're typically
Black women speak up.
But not just that, but their mother is there, grieving, speaking, however, processing however she can in public in front of the world. What you saying?
No. What I'm saying is it is the mother, but the father's standing there too. And we don't get any.
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Sometimes I'm not saying there's no father there. No. You're missing my point. You're missing my point. Hold on, let me finish. Because I'm not saying that the father isn't there. The WDMA is saying that black women aren't standing up for black men. And I disagree with that. And even in Black Lives Matter, and I know Shane and we've gone back and forth between that, but like, even if you don't agree with what their founding literature says on their website, the reality is when an unarmed black man is killed, Black Lives Matter, led by black women, shows up.
But they were corrupt.
Bro, everything's corrupt, my nigga.
Everything's corrupt. What
Nigga, I'm corrupt. Nigga, you're corrupt. Everything is corrupt. Nigga, nobody is pure. Nobody does anything the right way all the fucking time. The point is
they embezzle money. They embezzle money.
Who gives a fuck? I'm talking about showing up for black men. That's what we're talking about. Everybody embezzles money. NAACP, FBI, UAW, right. Goddamn Chrysler, Stellantis, Interstellar, nigga, Skynet, nigga. Everybody embezzle. Is capitalism gonna do all of that shit? That's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is, do black women as a whole stand up for black men? And when we look at it historically, black women on purpose have been relegated to taking care of the black family, to destabilize the black family, right? To depatriarchize the I don't even think I said a word, but to take the patriarchal structure out of the black family, which destabilizes the relationship between black men and black women. Yada yada yada.
No, but black women, no. The reason I'm saying, I had a thing on IG where I made a comment because this woman was saying black men have never supported black women. Black men have never done anything for black women. Black women do it all by themselves. And obviously this woman was frighteningly full of shit. Black men have carried the family. Black men have gone out and worked.
What woman was frighteningly?
No, the woman that I made a comment on my IG, and there's been like 1,900 comments, and people coming back and forth at me, go, when has a black man ever held it out for a woman? When it's like they try to paint us all with a broad stroke. Now, I'm not saying
this is the game, is that we've been pit against each other. The reality is we've actually always been here for each other.
Well,
right?
There's
just this external external narrative.
There's a PR campaign to make shit look like shit is not like it is, because and actually 22% of black men marry outside their race. The other 78% not only date and exclusively marry black women. That is not the majority of men. That is just facts. That's not your fuck your feelings. Facts matter. But
what was the stat again?
The stat is 22% of black men marry outside their race and date outside their race. The other 78% date black women and marry black women. Now people say, well, the marriage, if it don't last, I can't. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the actual stats. The other thing is, the reason I say black women, that there's a problem with the narrative with black women to paint all black men in the same broad stroke is bullshit. Just like you can't paint all black women with the same broad stroke.
I don't think
so where I disagree with WDMA is you can't say all black women. You can say there's a percentage of bitter black women that are mad about the way they've been treated because of not only society and how black men have acted. I am not mad at them, but there also is a percentage of black men that have lost their life, that have fought and died, and there is more pressure on black men in society because we are the first ones they go after when you look at the white supremacist movement.
So I think this is where we get flawed when you're like, there's more pressure on us, or
there is.
No. Listen, bro. Racism affects
all of us.
Right. So I honestly believe that it is, I'm gonna use this word, man, immature. It's an immature way to think about the way racism affects the black community, to be like, well, black men get more, bro.
But if it's true,
it's not. But is it? What's your proof? What's your proof, dog?
Okay.
Because no. Because no. Okay, because if black men get incarcerated more, or
yes,
right. But then that leaves a burden on black women to carry a household, right? And then they get sometimes what's the word? Harassed or demonized, I should say, for holding down that household. And then it becomes this perpetual cycle, right?
Right.
So I think it's detrimental for us to talk about who suffers more, black men or black women under racism, right? Like it's a totally useless conversation. I really think that's an immature way, Shang, to think about the way black people suffer under racism. Black men do not suffer more than black women. Black women do not suffer more than black men. We need to focus on how we work together to get through the sufferings that are sort of, specific to our genders.
Right. No,
And no, the construct is meant to
we
make us
all suffer
to
through
make us
this.
fight. No,
Right.
but the construct is meant to make us
But to make
fight
us
about
fight
who
about
suffers
who
more.
suffer more. Right.
Just
It's
like poor people, whether they're white or black, are pitted against each other based on race. But the reality is
you're
they're
both getting
suffering the
fucked.
same. Yeah, we're
Okay,
getting
but
fucked
what
by
I'm
the same
saying is,
entity.
if I give you a statistic and that I'm looking at right now on CNN Politics, which might be wrong, it might not be true, but on CNN Politics, it's saying that black men are incarcerated, and they get 5 times the amount of time for the exact same crime as other races, and they're 3 times more to get more time than, say, if a black woman shot somebody and a black man shot somebody, a black man gets more time for the exact same crime.
But how
I'm
many
looking at
times?
it right here.
Okay. But how many times are black women in a position where they're meant to carry the gun and be this, stand on the porch and shoot people, or go out and rob motherfuckers, or go get the money with the gun, right? Like that's not like a woman with a gun in society is a very rare thing who's going out and shooting people, right? It's just not the space. Like women tend not to be the bow and arrow, sword carrying, knight shield wearing motherfuckers,
I
right?
saw a woman yesterday with noon chucks. What are you
Yeah,
talking about?
that's fine. So what I'm
She
saying
was
is like that's
she was
not a
doing this.
great that's not but I'm saying, Shane, that's not a great stat to present in terms of
I don't know.
yeah,
I'm
like
just
no. Of course black men get incarcerated more. We've been labeled as the physically dangerous ones. Black women aren't labeled as physically dangerous. So typically, statistically, they're not going to get incarcerated
but
like
black
that or
women,
in
hold on. I hear you. Black women, not all black women. I was going to emphasize that. But black women feeding into the narrative that all black men ain't shit, all black men ain't are good fathers. And in fact, black fathers are the most active fathers. That's another stat that I looked up because of this fucking 1900 back and forth with the post.
well,
Black fathers. This is out of all
right,
races in
right.
America. Black fathers are the most active, but yet the narrative that black women have swallowed, a lot of black women have swallowed, is we're not good fathers or we're not good
Society has swallowed
providers.
that.
Right, the
Society
society.
has swallowed the
But
entire. It's not just black women.
when do black women wake up and realize that's bullshit? That's not the facts. That's
And
not the actual facts.
when do black and so conversely you could ask, when do black men wake up and realize that all women ain't gold diggers and all women ain't just after your money or just after your
Well,
car
that's
or just
absolutely
trying to
not
get
true.
pregnant.
That is not
Right,
true at
right.
all.
So
No, no, I'm saying black
it
women
goes both
are. They
ways.
are black. There's a black women are after our money and our.
Right. No,
no,
I,
that one you're wrong.
I know you're joking, but the thing is, the reality is like the point is these constructs are meant for us to sit up here and be like, and you said it off the top, like black women don't do this and black men. It's like it's meant for us to say those things rather than realizing our
No,
common.
I'm no.
No. Rather than realizing our commonalities, it's meant to make us think that one person is suffering more than the other. Therefore, the other person needs to be doing more to recognize that and blah blah. It's like, nigga, we are all being oppressed in the exact
Okay.
same
Okay.
way.
All right. Okay. Hold
It's
on. Let me
just
say this.
through different
Okay,
avenues.
it's different avenues, and black women have carried a strong burden and also supported the family in a lot of ways. But not all black women, but some black women that believe this narrative that all black men are just no good need to stop that bullshit. Period. Where some of us are good, some of us are bad. Absolutely. But not all of us. Not all of us are deadbeats. Not all of us are full of shit. Not
And not
all of
all
us are
black
trying.
and not all black
Right,
women
and
are
not
gold
all black
digging
women, but
whatever's.
that's what I'm saying. Wake up and see that that's the facts. Not
Yeah.
all. Start your sentence off with not all. WDMA said black women. I said not. I said me
Right.
said not all. You can't paint all of us with that broad stroke. But the narrative in social media, which is actually a PR fucking stunt to make sure that they separate us, is happening. And the women, which by far are the women and men, but this is statistically not my opinion, because my opinion don't matter. The statistically, a lot of women, when it comes to child support, when it comes to trust and believe, when I tell you, when it comes to the courts, women do get a pass. They do get a pass, Pedro. And if
I mean, listen,
I didn't
listen.
say just black women. Women get a pass in so many ways. In so many ways.
Yeah, yeah. You
In the
know,
court system, absolutely.
it would be better to have statistics around that.
I do.
So okay, so say them when you have them, but the reality is, I don't, I think you're still in a general space when we talk about black and when we talk about black men and women in America. I'm going to go to Miss Empire. Miss Empire. She says, we are both targeted when it comes to racism, black women and men. Yeah, it's meant for us to fight amongst ourselves. And I think that's the main thing to pull out of this. Breezy JJ says, competition against each other, waste of time, right? So, I in this conversation, I hear this voice of like, black women don't support black men.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
There was a little space in there.
But
A
I did, I
little,
did,
a
I said
little.
some. I said
Mm,
some. I did say some. I didn't say
okay.
some.
Mm.
Okay, I'm looking at the
Sometimes you
statistics.
don't.
Okay, sometimes I don't because
we'll,
there's
we'll go.
sometimes
We'll
I do.
go. We'll,
But
it's
in
all
this instance,
recorded.
okay, it's in this instance, I did say some. Okay, when it comes to winning and pertaining to child support, even when the woman is simply not, and I
So
mean,
you're
this
talking
is
about child support now.
child. Wait a minute, child support when it comes to custody, when it comes to
Okay, so now
all of
you've
this.
you gotten
Hold
into
up, no,
a.
no, no. I'm saying this is part of the narrative where even if the father is absolutely, and it's not in my case because my case is
That's not
totally
even a black thing though.
no,
That's
that
like
no, no,
that's just a gender thing.
a gender thing. Okay, so women
Like white women in
are
court probably winning at the same rate.
right. They get they where they'll get custody even when they were found not as fit as the father. That is just a fact.
That's honestly way outside, and
According to Washington Post,
that's outside.
Custody
No,
Exchange,
but that's outside of what we're talking
and
about.
the
Like
the
when you, but
journal.
now, you okay. So you've gone from
That's
the justice system treats black men and black women different criminally to child custody stuff.
that is part of the
Uh,
court
it,
system. It is part of the court
bro,
system. It's
no,
called
no, no,
family
no, no.
court.
But that's we were talking about criminal shit.
Now, okay, and criminal. Hold on, I did look that up too. When it comes to criminal, okay, like, and you're absolutely right. More men bust guns than women. They bust. Okay, but it should, if it's across the board, that women and men, not just black women, not just black men, but if somebody shoots you, and it's a woman, and somebody else shoots another person, and they're both murder, a black man will get more time than a black woman. A black woman will get less time. It shouldn't be that way. It should be you both shot somebody, and you both do the same amount of time.
Man, listen,
You
man.
don't think
I don't
so?
e- I don't
It
think
should
that's
be across the
I
board.
don't think that's important.
I if you the person that shot them, yeah.
No, no, no. Like what we're ultimately talking about is how America treats us as a race. of
Oh no,
people.
it's fucked up across the board. I'm not
No, no, no,
satisfied.
no. So like to be like when black women shoot somebody, they should serve as much time. Like, bro, that's not the point. That is not an important way to think about our existence in
It's
this
just
country.
it's a portion of the conversation.
It's not
Overall,
important. I don't think it's important. I really don't.
okay.
I really don't. What
I I
what we are actually talking about is incarceration rates. I think what do they call it? Racial profiling, right? Things like that. Like, yeah, like black men get convicted on this shit more because, in that sense, we're seen as more dangerous.
right.
But
Even when we're
also,
not.
but that's because we're dudes, bro. That's just part of being a dude, right? Like most of us are bigger than our female counterparts or stronger than.
Okay.
That's
Treehead,
all.
I know Treehead says regardless of race, get
She said all women,
all women.
regardless of race, get more lenient time when incarcerated. Fine. That's actually not what I thought this conversation was about. What I thought we were talking about is like,
The justice system.
but not just that. It's like,
That's the justice system.
no. This started with black men get treated worse in society, in the justice system, than black
Right.
women do.
In the justice system.
Right. But the reality is the justice system is meant to round us up more than it is to
Right.
round
And
black women up.
in that if you look at that in that subtext, black
So
men.
yeah, of course, within the system meant to imprison us, we get imprisoned more. That's not the point. Because then you're trying to take that and say that black women or black men have it worse in America than black women do. And that's the part that's not true. And that was the extension that was made. Is that because we get incarcerated more,
Right.
we have it worse in America. And I'm just saying that not only affects black women by taking somebody out of the household. So that two-income household now is gone.
Right.
But
It's fucked
now
up.
she has to become the breadwinner, which fucks up the social dynamic, which most patriarchal societies have constructed, is like the man should be the breadwinner. Well, when you lock the black man up, he can't win bread anymore. The woman does. He eventually comes out, and now this nigga's on the couch because he can't get a fucking job because all he knows is Tim's and a wife beater for an interview, and he's got the shit on his record. And you know what I mean? And like niggas can't get jobs anymore, right? So now they become a child in the house that they're supposed to be a man of. And yeah, that's going to create conflicts between the man and the woman. And, a black woman who's out here busting her ass trying to feed these kids. And this nigga, yeah, he can't get a job. But like, how long is she supposed to be like, oh, baby, you can't get a job. So I'm just going to work the rest of my life to feed you, your grown ass, and these three kids? Like,
No, no,
no.
no. But
But it's a construct of the
hold up, hold
system.
up, hold
It's a
up. Wait a minute.
construct of
Hold
the
up.
system, though.
That was part of the thing that was on IG. So black men have not worked their ass to the bone to take care of their fucking families and take care of women that weren't working, that necessarily and contributed to the family and contributed to the kids. That's the
Yeah,
part I don't like.
but
What black
right.
women, what okay, specific. I'm gonna be this specific black woman was trying to say that black men don't do nothing. We've never carried no weight. We've never done anything. We never fought for them. We never protect them, and that's bullshit.
Well, she's
What
full of shit. Yeah.
Right,
That's
right.
obviously
So
full of shit.
that's
Yeah.
what she said in there, and I
That's
got
easy.
1,900 motherfuckers was back and forth, and the women that were coming at me were saying that. I was saying we need to build together. Number one, number two, to say that we never stepped up is bullshit. Number three, the reason I said that black men in America have more weight on their shoulders is because you said it perfectly. We're seen more as a threat. And the best way to break down the black family is to take the black man out of the fucking family unit.
Right. I was not saying that means we have more weight on our shoulders.
That is
That's
more
not,
weight.
no. That's your opinion. That's
Okay.
not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm so you like I said it perfectly. I'm like, no, I was not saying that. All I'm saying is That's the weight we carry. The weight that black women carry is a different weight, but I think probably not being a black woman equivalent on their shoulders. And this is empathy, right? And this is what we need in our society. You can't just be like, well, the cops always after me, and like, listen, like your lady's at her job, and it's like, well, they all think I stole this stapler, and they're trying to blah blah blah, and they're constantly trying to take me down or blah blah. It's like we're all dealing with weight, and weight is just weight. So like, I will never sit here and be like, the weight that I carry is greater than any of my sis or my queen's weight out there. I don't carry more weight than my sister does. Like they get on her about her hair, or they want to sometimes, but they
Right.
can't. Right? Like that's some dumb shit. That's a weight I don't carry. Weight. I don't know. I don't even know how you can compare the weight when you haven't carried theirs, Shane. Like you've never carried the weight of a black woman. I never have. So how can you say your weight is greater? You've never done both.
No, I haven't.
No. You've carried the weight of a black woman.
No, I haven't. I didn't say carry the weight
Okay.
of a black woman.
So
But
then how do you compare them?
but
Then?
how do you
That's what
compare
a
'em?
scale.
You
That's
know
what a
why?
scale.
You know why I
But a
can
scale. A
compare it?
scale. A scale compares
Okay.
weight.
Okay,
That's
the
what we-
reason I can compare it is the way you can compare it is if you want to go by weight. If I'm carrying 100 pounds and you're carrying 70 pounds, I'm carrying more weight. And societally,
No. That's not the way that works. So if you're carrying 100 pounds and you weigh 250 pounds, and somebody is carrying 70 pounds and they weigh 110 pounds, the physical definition of work will will bring those things to more equivalent, right? Like so, like if you're built bigger, then you're built to carry more weight. But that doesn't mean the load is heavier on you than the frame of a lighter person, right? So, okay, so here's the thing, right? If you are a Ford F-150 truck,
right.
and I load a
Man, I
fat,
don't
oh no
appreciate
no
you
no
saying
no no
about
no
my
no no
weight, man.
no, but no, men
I'm
are
kidding.
bigger, right?
Men are bigger, yeah.
So
And
if you're
their bone
if
density
you're
is
if you're
thicker.
Ford, if you're Ford F-150 and I load 2,000 pounds onto you, you're gonna carry that a certain way. But if you're a Toyota Corolla and I load 2,000 pounds onto you, we're both carrying
What?
the same
No,
weight.
no.
We're both carrying the same weight, but in very different ways, right? So then what is the equivalent load for your frame, right? What like that which our society builds us for, right? When men are supposed to go out and be providers, women are supposed to be nurturers. If they break that down for us and we can't be providers anymore, right? Then the load that we carry is different. And if women now, black women have to be the load bearers for our family, and societally, the frame isn't built for that because now understand that if they're the only ones that are allowed to go out and get good jobs, but they're still women, they're still earning less than a white woman or a white man would earn, right? So now their wage isn't compensatory to carry the load of this black family.
Okay.
And the black man isn't allowed to pull his weight either,
Hmm.
like legislatively, right? Legally, we're not allowed to get these jobs. We're not allowed to work. So when you talk about carrying 100 pounds, we're gonna carry that same 100 pounds very differently, Shane. Right? Like that you cannot put a plate on each side, 135-pound bench press, and expect most women to push that the same way you do, right? Like that would be a ridiculous thing to do, to
Okay.
expect a woman to
Let's not.
carry that
Okay.
weight.
Let's not
Most
use
women,
literal. Let's try not. Okay. How about we not use
but y'all do.
literal weight? I'm giving. Okay. But what I'm
But
saying
that's
is
what
okay.
analogies are
No,
for.
the analogy is okay. I do believe that if you look at the across the board, with like you said, us seeing us being seen as more dangerous, us being seen as more of a threat, and black women not being seen as more of a threat. And because
Physically,
physically,
physically.
physically,
That's
hold
all.
up, physically, hold on,
Black women are seen as a threat in this society.
right, but not as much. I said not as much. I didn't
Physically.
physically,
But
not
you
as much.
but no.
But but let me
okay, go ahead. I'll let you
no,
do
I
it. Go
said
ahead.
not as much of a threat. Okay, you said physically. Then I said not as much of a threat. Okay, physically.
In
But
what way?
when it comes to the benefits of, and I'm not trying to be red pill, but when it comes to the benefits of black women, when corporations, because they were like, we need a black person and we need to hire a woman. Let's hire a black woman. They can move up the corporate ladder more faster because of that scenario. Not necessarily to the top. No, that
You,
is
you you think black women are swiftly moving up corporate ladders?
black women's making more money now, make per capita than men
But
because
that's been a historical fact. That's what we already. That's what the incarceration process was about.
to
It's about incarcerating black men, giving black women semi decent to good jobs, so that you flip the patriarchal power balance in our culture. That's what I've been
oh
saying the
no
whole
no
time.
so what
Yeah,
no
so that's a part of white supremacy.
right no it's white
Is
supremacy across the board that's trying to do this to us in general.
it's an
But
agenda, WDMA, right?
it's absolutely an
That's part of
agenda.
the agenda.
It's
Okay,
an agenda. It is absolutely an agenda.
so why
And
are
the
you
way
putting that on black women?
no,
Are
I
you?
didn't say I'm not. I never said it was on black women. It was black women's fault. It's not
Right,
black women's fault.
right.
It is the white supremacy in society and the history of America that does that.
Yeah.
But the end of the day effect perceived by black men, and there's a lot of black men that think this way, not all black men
Right.
that feel like there's more weight on me than you.
Right.
Whether it's true or not, in their mind, they feel
Right.
that way because
So
the outside threat, the police threat, the America threat,
yeah,
the degradation of black men. Now, don't get me wrong; they hung women too back in the day.
lynched.
They well hung, you know what I mean, lynched. Yeah, same
Yeah.
thing. And
Hanged is definitely is
well,
technically the
yeah,
term.
okay, they lynched black women, but the majority of people that they lynched, that they saw as a threat, were black men.
But that doesn't mean that black men suffered more than black women during slavery, prohibition, or I mean, I'm sorry, Reconstruction, civil rights. Like that doesn't mean that's not what that means, right? Because like while black men were getting lynched, the black women were getting raped. And if
Absolutely.
and so what? So if you want to start an argument about what's worse, like yeah, we're in a bad space,
You
right?
know what? And this
Like
sounds like it's bad.
that's all
Okay,
bad.
then it's all bad. They're both really bad. But I'm gonna
Yeah,
tell
no,
you right now,
and honestly, I'm just gonna say it's not the point because I still hear a
and it's not
compare.
the same.
Well, but I know, but that means you're in a comparative voice, right? Like you're still in a space where you're comparing the two, and I think we would all be best served if we were um analogizing and equating the two rather than comparing them, right? Like you're thinking that a lynching is worse than being raped or whatever else happened to black women during that time, and I'm like it's not even about that. Like why are we comparing what happened to each other on a
Right. It's not
hierarchical
a
scale?
conversation. No, it's not a conversation that I like. The reason that I got into I mean, that was started with WDMA was saying, but the reason that I even said something
But
is
you
I
did say
thought
you agreed with them to a point.
I no, I
That's why we
agree.
got here.
I do agree to a point that black women, just like you said, empathy. Um and that is yeah, okay, that was for you, Pedro. Um
I didn't. I'm saying,
I
is that
didn't
what
say
you're doing? I'm questioning.
no, I'm saying no, yeah, one's worse than the other. They're both fucked up beyond belief.
No, no. Which one's
But
worse than the other?
death, end of life.
Is it?
Yeah,
Bro?
yeah.
Have you ever been raped and had this? Is what I'm saying. Neither has happened to you. So how the fuck could you say which one is worse?
Okay.
Like neither. You've
I
never been through either
okay. I've
one.
never been hit
It,
by a
it it doesn't
truck.
even make sense to
I've never
open
been
mouths
hit
like
by a
this.
truck, and I've never been sucker punched by a UFC champion. But I can have enough sense to go. The truck part probably is worse.
Both could kill you. You could get
Both can
stuck.
kill
You
you,
could get sucker punched and die.
but
And you could get hit by no.
one
You don't know that, Shane.
okay.
You don't know. It's
So
like, bro.
a graping is worse than being hung and your penis cut off and your balls put in your mouth.
Who knows? You don't. You've never done either.
Okay.
Like
Now,
what?
but
What?
hey,
What?
I
What?
said
No, no, no,
okay.
no, no.
Okay.
Because when we talk
I
about,
agree.
and I'm not doing the grape shit. When we talk about rape, right? Do
Great,
you do?
great, great.
No, 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 no. When you talk about rape, do
You
you know
can't
what it is like?
no that
I don't give a
algorithm.
fuck. When you talk about rape, do you know what it is like to be inseminated by another man and then forced to carry that baby? Like you're gonna tell me that's worse than just being killed? Like maybe like how? Like you've never been through either. I'm not sitting here comparing either. I'm saying it's honestly unintelligent and immature
Wait,
to
hold up.
compare the two because you don't know. That these are four words and some question marks. Comparing grape to lynching, question mark, question mark. That doesn't mean anything, Shane. That's not a statement.
No.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm saying don't compare the two. I'm saying neither is worse than the other. I'm saying they're uniquely horrible existences that don't need to be compared. I don't know why you would.
Okay.
That's my point. I'm not
Me
saying they're
okay.
equivalent or not. I'm saying
You said one trauma is not better than another.
exactly, and neither is worse than the other. Is how I would put that as well. It's
I
because, bro, if you've never,
there's a lot of stuff I can
bro,
still
I've been kicked in the balls, and I'll say that's the worst physical. Kicked in the balls and tearing up my knee have been the worst, and my back blowing out one time have been the worst physical experiences I've ever been through.
it
But
was
I cannot say that it's worse than having a baby, than pushing a human through my vagina, a 9, 10 pound, six,
right.
7 pound human through my. I don't know what that's like. I don't have a vagina. I've never had to do that. I don't know. All I know is the pain that I've been through. And I can't sit here and say it's
Okay.
worse than anything else. WDMA said you started the comparison, Pedro. That's why I stated it. I don't think I started this comparison. No, I did not.
Okay.
I'm saying there is no comparison. I am not comparing them. I'm saying Shang should not. I think Shang started the comparison.
Did
I
I?
think some of you guys are in that space. I am totally saying that there is no comparison between lynching and raping because very few people who are alive have been through both.
No.
I don't think there's anybody alive who has been through both that can actually compare. Like to compare things, you'd have to experience both. Like, and if you disagree with me on that, then you should eat mule biscuits for the rest of your life. Like
I
that'd be a stupid thing to say. Like if you haven't experienced two things, you cannot compare them. You don't know what the two things are. So shut up, right? That's my thing, right? Like you don't know what both things are. Shut up.
so you're saying that you can't take an educated guess that one pain could be more extreme than another and
That it's
no coming
speculation.
back. No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you. You're saying that death is not the is you can't say death is worse than being raped.
I won't say
Because
that.
if you get
I won't.
raped,
I
you can
can't.
continue your life.
I've never
It may
had
be
either.
rough,
What I'm
but
saying
you
is,
can
Shane,
continue your life, whereas in death,
this
it's
is a
final.
fact. This is a. You're talking about speculation. You're asking me to guess what this would feel like versus this. I'm giving you facts. The fact is, I've never been through either, so I'm smart enough to know that I can't compare the two. Like if I've never had two foods, I can't tell you which is better,
Okay.
right?
I
Like
well,
that's it. You would be dumb to say to compare two things that you've never experienced. Shank, you've never been raped and you've never been lynched. So how could you possibly say which is better? We could sit here and guess and speculate, but
right.
that's dumb. That's dumb, especially when we're talking about division between genders within the black community.
Okay. Evelyn Gatlin says.
Comparing two different traumas is crazy. I was raped in at 15. You shouldn't speak on something you've never experienced. And I am sorry that you had that experience, Evelyn. And to me, this is my point. Is like we there are some people who have been raped out there, and there are some people and then none of us have ever been lynched, right? The people who are alive on this earth right now have never been lynched. So to sit here and say that one is worse than the other when neither have been experienced by one person back to back, who the fuck are we listening to? Like this is not an intelligent way to talk about this, to be honest.
I said okay, but WMA Warrior says
He says there are people that have survived being lynched. There are people that survived being strangled. So there are people.
okay.
My point is WDMA, and I'm not going to refute that necessarily. If you can present a person who can testify to being both lynched and raped, and then willing to talk about which one was worse, now you got me. Now I understand. Okay, these are the nuances between the two.
Hmm.
But I would say if you survived a lynching, they didn't do it right. So it was an attempted lynching. The result of every successful lynching is death.
Agreed. And
And your argument, Shang, is like, is death worse than being raped? And my point is, I don't know because I've never been raped or lynched, so I wouldn't begin to speak on that. But also,
I yeah,
but also my converse question would be: is living with something like rape, and maybe in our current environment, being forced to have a baby
hmm
as a result of rape, would that be
worse than
less
just
worse?
death.
Yeah. Is that better than just dying? Because maybe some people just want to die, right? Maybe some women who have been raped and forced to have a child would rather just die. And
Yeah,
you're saying that the rape would be better.
I didn't say the rape. No, I didn't say that.
You're
I didn't
saying
say
that death would be worse.
no. I'm saying that nothing about grape is better. Nothing is better about it. But out of the two, I'd rather be smacked in the face than stabbed in the head and die from it.
How do you
Because
know?
okay, I speculation.
So now wait,
I'm
wait.
speculating
No. In
because
this
I can live the rest of my life until I'm old after being smacked or even raped. I cannot if I'm already gone. I cannot
that's
experience
speculate.
all
You
the
don't know
things in
that.
life. I can't experience the good things in life because I'm gone. Now,
Maybe you can't experience the good things in life because you've been raped, right? Like what if being raped changed you so that life was no longer good anymore?
there's a
No
lot of
matter what
things.
happened, the birthday party, clowns, balloons, whatever, nigga,
Nothing,
fireworks.
nothing is
Nothing is
good
good to
anymore.
you anymore because you've been. And this is what I'm saying is like you don't even know, dog, because you've never been through. So I think it's odd to like speculate on what you would rather have happen to you when neither has happened. I think it's more
So you
respectful
can't.
to just.
You
I
can't.
think it's more respectful to either of the experiences to realize
No, I'm
that you
asking. I'm
don't know
asking the
both.
question. I'm saying so. You can't speculate on things that you've never experienced.
Oh, you can. It's just not valid. It's just speculation. Speculation isn't valid, right? Like right now, we're in a space politically where, like, well, I just feel like Trump won. and that's their opinion, but like opinions aren't always valid. Like sometimes opinions are just like the way you feel. And like one of our underlying models of this fucking show is fuck your feelings, man. Right? Like who gives a fuck how you feel about things? Right? Like some things are provable, some things are not. When you feel some way without proof,
Right.
it's just a
And
feeling,
you
and
can't prove
it
anything
doesn't matter. Like it
if you've
doesn't.
never been great, if
It's
you've
not.
never
Yeah, it
right.
doesn't. It's not important.
You're right.
You
It's
know, like
not important.
your feelings without any factual backing are not important. America, everybody, white people, black people, yellow, brown, Puerto Rican, or Asian. I don't give a fuck.
I thought you were
Your
gonna start
feelings.
rapping. I thought you were gonna
I
start
almost
rapping.
did, but your feelings
Sounded like you were
don't
about to hit some
matter,
Sugar Hill
dog.
Gang.
Like, no, they do not. Like, but in some real shit, on some real shit, your feelings don't matter, man. I have feelings, things that I want to do in life that aren't valid. Like, I shouldn't do that, right? Like, sometimes they're like mean or violent or what I think would be funny, but eventually the same part of me realizes like, oh, there's no need for me to say that. There's no need for me to get involved in this conversation. I could just move on with my life and be happy, right? So like your feelings, your opinions, every American, I need you to absorb this, aren't important without factual basis and
That's
backing.
where I disagree with you because my feelings are valid and I feel what I feel. And what I feel is, okay, if I feel that Trump is our God, Lord, Savior, Jesus Christ, there's
Okay.
nothing you can tell me otherwise. Now, I don't have any proof that he's
But a
healed.
dang don't dang.
I don't have any proof he's healed people by waving his orange tiny hands over their feet. I don't have any proof of that, but I believe it. And I believe it in my heart. And that's all that fucking matters. You can feel what you want to feel, but my feelings are more valid than yours because you're black and I'm white.
Hey, you know what it is? Listen, we've been on for 2 fucking hours, dog. Listen, guys.
WDMA Warrior started it.
Yeah, no, and it's always one of you. You guys are way more savage than we are, so
And
whatever the fuck.
okay, I'm gonna tell you before we go personally how I feel about
Yeah.
women being men. I like say men feel like I feel like men have more pressure on them than women.
Black man. We're talking about a black man, black woman relationship,
Black
right?
man, black. No, not
Let's hear
black
it.
man, woman relationship because it's a whole different fucking dynamic for me between the
Okay.
relationship. There's too many nuances of different type of women and different type of men. I said some black men, and I did emphasize that at least 3 times, feel the conversations I've had over my lifetime that black men feel a different kind of pressure on their shoulders.
Fuck your feelings. Again,
Right,
that's feeling.
right,
That's
right.
that's
That's feelings.
feelings.
But even though fuck your feelings facts matter, they feel those feelings are valid and justified.
That doesn't
I
mean that
personally,
they
that
actually
that
have
doesn't mean they actually are.
right.
I could feel that that I have a 32-inch waist. I don't. So I can feel that all day. But if it's not a fact, it's not a fact. My pertaining to women and men, black women and men, we're both fucked up. We're both fucked up. Society both fucks us over. We're both fighting a war online, at least social media wise, against each other. And the only way to stop it is to get offline and have a real conversation, which we won't do if we keep buying into the bullshit. It's so simple. Now that's how Shang feels. That's how
Mm.
I individually feel. I'm saying that and that's why I always say, I not always say, sometimes I'll blanket statement, but I don't mean it that way. I feel some people feel this way and some people ain't. We're not all bad and we're not all good. Like DL said, we're not all bad. All black men aren't bad, but if you look at the narrative of us that people are buying into because society and white people and black women buy into it, that all black men ain't shit. All black men don't do the right thing. All black men ain't never there. We never stay there. And it's like, yo, that's some bullshit. And that's really, I do feel that any black woman that buys into that narrative, just like you said, that's just dumb. But they do.
Hey, I'm gonna leave on this, and this could actually be a topic for next week because I think we should talk about it. But WDMA says the Black manosphere is rumbling right now over being disrespected. One thing I talk about, and we all talk about, is like white people need to check other white people. If you're a good ass white person, you need to check these crackers, right? WDMA, all my niggas out there. You know it's foul niggas out there who are doing foul shit. Are you really checking those niggas and making sure that they're real ass men doing real ass things, upholding this moniker of king? Like
Okay.
are they doing that? So
Okay.
let's get into that next week because some niggas are being disrespected because they don't deserve respect.
All right.
And
so
if you're a man who deserves respect, are you doing your part to make sure that the
that
nigga
next
next to
man
you
gets respect.
is
But
actually behaving in a
okay,
way that
and
deserves
and the
respect?
and the black manosphere that I read, I hear what you're saying. Are black men checking the black men that are disrespectful? Are
Right.
black women checking the black women that are disrespectful, that buy into the lies and the bullshit? And there is a general consensus, even though I don't think it's across the board with every black woman, that women and black women are not holding any kind of accountability for their fuck shit. There's a percentage of women that always come off. I'm the victim. I was raped. I was this, and then you find out later they weren't. I had the baby, and I knew it wasn't your kid.
That happens.
There's
No,
but no, that
that
only
happens
happens with
far
women.
less. That
That
happens
only
far
happens
less.
with women.
Stop.
If you have a baby, and you
Stop.
know that's
That
not
happens
that
far
man's
less.
baby. That
That
is the
happens,
woman's fault.
Shang. That happens far less than women actually being raped. Like the number of women who are actually being raped is
It's
far
far
greater.
greater
Is far
than the
greater
liars,
than the
than the
women who are
liars.
lying about it.
Okay,
So
no,
so
but
so. I
okay.
mean,
I
I'm just
said
saying
some.
when
I
you get
said
into that, yeah, I know. But when you get into
ah.
that
I
space,
did say some.
but you're highlighting the minority.
Both.
No, you're highlighting the minority in that space.
Okay, the minority.
WDMA
Yes,
says, who's raising these ain't shit black women? Also, I'm going to ask the
black men.
question, well, no, or who's not able to? What is the system behind all of this? So these are the things actually we can talk about next week. We will do that because it's going to be a deep week. I'm going to be back in the D, man. I'm going to show y'all my city while we're doing it. But bro, we 2 hours in. We should
Yeah, I
bounce.
gotta go to. But well, yeah, yeah.
Where
Speaking
you at
of,
tonight? Let them know, Shane.
I'm in 3 different places, 4 different places actually. I'm doing
Hey,
Los Globos at 7. I'm doing the Comedy Chateau at 7:30,
this is all
7:45.
LA, y'all.
All LA. I'll be at the uh, Roosevelt Hotel, the
Roosevelt Hotel.
theater, at 9, and then I'll be at the Laugh Factory in Long Beach at 11:10. That's one. Also, next week I'll be at the Laugh Factory in at the Silver Legacy Casino. Next week, September 28th through the 1st, and then after that, I will be in Comedy in Harlem in New York City, October 14th. October 13th, I'll be at the Grizzly Pear
That's it.
in Midtown. And I'll be at a bunch of shows. Go to my website, iamshang.com, and you can check out all the dates in New York City and across the board.
That's it, y'all. Hey, WDMA, we enjoyed you too tonight, man. Good combo. For sure. That's why we appreciate y'all coming around, man. Listen, Monday we'll be back, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Have a great weekend. Until then, stay black if you are black.
If you can.
Do not be black if you are not black. Last but not least, most importantly, keep your finger out your nose.